Ladies and gentlemen, hello, hello. It has been long time no see. Today we have a very special game. I'm actually going to pause it for a second. We have a very special game. We have our very good friend Mr. Indignant Beaver on the NA server in his Object 268 on Lakeville. And, he's got two. He's trying to get the three. And he's uploaded this game. Now I know what happens. And if you're him or know of him, then you will know what happens too. But I want to see just how he did what I have seen that he's done. That makes literally no sense. So I'm going to stop talking. Right, he's on Lakeville in the 268. You know, it's fairly fast. It's got a ridiculous gun. 750 Alpha, 303 up close, 293 mil base pen on the AP. It gets heat as its secondary, which is 395 mil of pen. And the HE is quite nasty too, 90 mil, and it rolls for 1.1k. He's getting a little bit aggressive here, not caring too much about if the Manticore spots him. He instead... Oh, you wanted to heat at the Taschen Ratter, and I think that's a little bit unlucky, because it went into the spaced armour on the side of the Taschen, rather than going high like that one did, into the nice flat solid bit of the armour. And he rolled for 800 there, and he's got some nice assistance on the E5, which is interesting because obviously the Tessat can't spot him through that line. Very weird that the E5 didn't spot him back, because I'm pretty sure the E5 gets max view range, no? Or can easily get max view range if you run food. Clearly not a food enjoyer. Then again, he's going up the middle in an E5, so he's not going to be that good, is he? Beaver, poking around the corner, bop, kills the Manti. Now we wait for the shot from the E5 to potentially come in. And there is no shot, okay. So he's just shy of 1,000 damage. He's done 833 assists so far. Not to spoil it in any way, shape or form, but that is all of the assistance he is going to get. He's not going to do any more assistance from here on out. He's just going to do some damage. Now there's the Taschen. There we go, straight through the gun mantlet, which you absolutely can do with this gun because of that 395mm of pen. It doesn't count as spaced armour, that mantlet, because there's a bit of a hole behind it, but you do need good pen for going through it. My sound is absolutely freaking out in my headphones. If that equates into the replay, I am very sorry. Doesn't quite manage to peek round for the Taschen, but would probably rather shoot the 100 anyway because he's got the full health, and that was a nice 758 roll. So he's up to 2.4k flat at the minute, and I mean, heat pen like that, it doesn't matter what you're shooting at on the U100 really. As long as it's flat and facing you from the front, it's going through. I'm pretty sure with 395 you can go through the upper front plate as well, if he's pointed directly at you. But Beaver has noticed, which some of his team seems to have as well, is that a lot of his team is down here in the town and they didn't go in the valley. And the enemy team decided to go in the valley and not really in the town. So we've got a nice little switcheroo going. There's a KR1 pressuring Beaver's allied Arty. There's a Hirschkaffer in there as well. And there's a Badger, a can opener, a Beezer 179. So we've got pretty much all of the tier 11s sitting here. And the big boy Badger. Oh, that one was really unlucky. Dipped just low underneath the Badger's lower front plate. And that BZ is pushing the STRV, which we can see. So Hirschkaffer and the Leo 120 have gone in for the Allied E100. E100 died to the grill. I think that's important to pick up. So the grill is either, if we pause for just a moment, I do apologise. The grill 15 is either going to be here, like around B4, C4 on this corner, or he's going to be around A6, A7, behind one of those buildings, most likely. Beaver is trying to see if anybody's going to poke out and get a potential shot. Sorry, that was my bad. I thought, why is he not zooming in? I clicked like an idiot. Oh! Bro just Kobe's one from downtown straight into the BZ cupola. That is unreal. And then goes straight for centre of mass to get the kill. He's going to readjust the position. He doesn't like that Leo 120 coming around there. And he doesn't like the Hirschkaffer sneaking up behind him, which I don't blame him for in the slightest. He's actually intuition to HE here for either that Leo or the Hirschkaffer. Hirschkaffer gets picked up by the KR1, and it's interesting sort of layout in terms of teams at the minute. There's that E5 that's still not been respotted from the middle. The Tessak isn't spotting him. The Hirschkaffer's being spotted from down here. The Taschenratter is in an interesting spot all the way over here, behind, using this building to hide from the KR1, I think it is, and the Hirschkaffer and the can opener. We got this KR1 trying to snipe. Interesting choice. And we've got Beaver, who is looking to hunt down this Hirschkaffer, but does need to be careful of that E5 that's going to be in this position. He's going to be along this bit somewhere. So he could open himself up as he makes a move on this Hirschkaffer. He could also open himself up to the grill, who we mentioned earlier killed this E100. So it's an interesting dynamic. But whilst being 12-4 down and only being the 3 tanks, they do have a lot of health. They've got more health than the other team, is what we're picking up at the top. And the grill 15 moved in. The Hirschkaffer is now aware that Beaver's flanking him. Can't do anything in time. That was an AP shell, I believe, that Beaver intuition to. He's now going for HE, waiting for the grill to be aggressive and pushing on him. And he's hiding from the E5. This is good positioning, I like this. Now that he's reloaded, he moves forward. The grill comes round, and that's not much of a trade, that is it, Mr. Grill? Doing 739, but taking 1,175 is not healthy. And the grill will be reloaded now as well. And that's not quite the trade that Beaver would have wanted. Takes 784, but does the remaining 625. We've now got the KR1 who decided to move in here and not help the Taschenratter. And I think he will have been spotted by that grill as well. So the can opener, the Hirschkaffer and KR1 will know that they can push Beaver's Taschenratter now because he's all alone. But it's interesting that there's still no sign of that E5. We don't know where he has gone. Oh my god, I'm right on cue. He appears right behind Beaver, puts Beaver down to 55 HP. He is a one-shot for Beaver though. And Beaver loads a hate round. I know this is a little bit glitched down here in the shells, I do apologise for that. Just wargaming replays. And the KR1's making a push on the E5. Doesn't put a shot in. E5 reverses. Oh my days. That is so unfortunate. The wow. Picks up the kill in the end. That is so unfortunate from Beaver that that shell seemed to deviate to the church, I think. That was a really interesting miss, to be honest. He sat there as well, so it's not like it was server reticle or anything. I don't think it even dispersed that far, but either way, E5 is dead. Beaver remains on 55 health. The KR1 is now 1800. He's lost 1000. And the enemies have 2 in the cap. Beaver's looking to see what he can find. I was going to say they're both protected, but the Hirschkaffer isn't. And that was a lovely meaty hit into the Hirschkaffer. They're now actually triple capping. And Beaver wants to kill that can opener. He should be able to pen that quite comfortably, like so. And that is a big boy down. You'd be looking at potentially HE in that, unless he can lob it high and it will dip into the roof, which should then kill the KR1 like so. The Hirschkaffer still wants to sit and cap. He's hiding behind that can opener, which he is able to do effectively. But interestingly, he stops capping. And now Beaver has an interesting decision. Do you try and push forwards and get that Hirschkaffer whilst he's on the move? Or do you think he's going to sit and camp? He could potentially be moving to this position back here. If I angle like that, yeah, there's this bush line here and there's this bush here, which actually provides ridiculously good camo, especially for a tank like that, which would be extremely dangerous to move in on. He could also come to this side here by the arty. Again, very dangerous to move in on. The arty did fire just behind Beaver, as we can see on the map. And this is an interesting predicament now. Beaver's on 7 kills, 7.5k damage. I'm not sure if he's got the mod on to see if he will have got his 3rd mark or not at this point. But whether I had it or not, my hands would be shaking. I would be shitting myself. I will be honest. And quite frankly, I would probably lose this. I would do something stupid. I think because the Hirschkaffer's not capping, I think Beaver's thinking, well, if I can go and get rid of that arty, the Hirschkaffer will think, oh, he's over there. The 268 isn't slow by any means. It's doing 45. And he's on semi-rough terrain, medium terrain, let's call it. He would be able to get back to defend the cap if he was able to kill the arty. I do kind of like this play, I can't lie. That shell, yeah, Beaver's looking. Arty's blind firing. We saw that shell came from just over here. I would imagine he's over here. The arty is my guess. The Hirschkaffer's just started capping again. And this is actually playing perfectly into Beaver's hands, because he's come low and he's going to come round, and now he's going to appear over here, poke him around the corner, which the Hirschkaffer is not going to expect. I think the Hirschkaffer was interested to see if he went in the cap, was he going to get spotted? And he didn't. So that is interesting. It's most likely that he is now at the back of the cap. He's going to be either here or over here, like we said in the first place. I don't think he will have come around here, because people will have spotted him leaving around that way potentially. He was trying not to disturb the wrecks, which is very smart. You don't want to give any indication to Arty about where you are, where you're moving. And the Arty has a keyboard. Oh, that one flies well over. And Beaver's going to hope that he can maintain some distance. He can't. I think the concentration perk there actually threw Beaver off. I think he thought that it was the one where like you spot people. I've forgotten what it's called. The one where you spot people. He's kindly telling the Leo 1 to shut the fuck up, because the Leo 1 said, oof, move, die bot, moron, okay bot, move, die, idiot. I don't blame you. The retard should shut the fuck up. That Leo 1 did absolutely fuck all. He got 1 kill and he thinks that he's brilliant at the game. Okay, we're just going to ignore him because he's a fucking idiot. And Beaver's actually going to go all the way round. He is 2 trailer park goals. He's going round the outside of the cap. And he is going to try and sneak up on the Hirschkaffer from the place that he would last expect Beaver to come. Especially with that CGC closing in down the other side. Okay. The Hirschkaffer will have known that he's got spotted and he's coming this way. Beaver didn't get spotted, so surely this Hirschkaffer isn't thinking that he's round here, otherwise he would have spotted him. Surely the Hirschkaffer's going to stay around that edge of like C2, C3 by the mountain because he thinks that Beaver's along the A line. And the auto aim came in clutch there. I genuinely don't know how that kill happened, because that reticle wasn't on him. But hey, we take those. Those are huge. CGC has started capping, and now Beaver is going to drive through the cap to come through the middle. And this should be where the CGC will start to panic, because it's 1 minute and 20 seconds for Beaver to get back, and he can very much do it. It won't be 1 minute and 20 seconds. This CGC is going to have to try and hunt for the kill if he wants to win, because there's only 45 seconds left now. So he's not going to be able to cap in time. He's got to wait for Beaver to come and try and shotgun him. And at 8.2k damage, 800 assists, that's 9k combined, 8 kills, Beaver is going to be freaking out. And he gets the snapshot in. That is absolutely fucking wild. I genuinely have no idea how he has played that so cool, because I would be shitting bricks, quite frankly. That's all I can say. I would be shitting bricks. Unbelievable game. And if I switch here, you can see he did in fact get his 3rd mark of excellence. And what a fucking way to do it, by the way. His first ace tanker in the 268 as well. He got a Radley Walters, of course, for picking up. Well, he picked up 9 kills. Radley for 8+. High caliber, no shit. Top gun, no shit. Tank sniper, which is quite an interesting one to get in a slinger like the 268, because you've got to fire at least 8 shots, as it says, and be at least 85% accurate per battle. And 80% of the hits must pen. So of the shells that you fire over 300 meters, 85% have to hit, 8% of them have to pen. Which, I mean, when you got 395 heat, isn't too bad, but hitting them is the hard part. You got the defender as well. We'll look in a minute about how much he defended. Oh, you got 100. Unreal. And yeah, that is an unbelievable game to get your 3rd mark. That Hirschkaffer, shout out to him, that he almost played that brilliantly. I'm assuming it was him and not that one. Either way, whichever one it was, played really well. That Taschenratter, that's an EU Taschenratter, that, I think. And yeah, absolutely unbelievable. Completely outclassed the rest of his team. Look at that. The one who shouts the loudest was just in the middle, just bang average. What a surprise. Yeah, absolutely unreal from Beaver. He fired 20, hit 17, pen 16. That's how you get your tank sniper. With 20 seconds left as well. His bumhole will have been puckering. I'm sure of that. But yeah, thanks so much, Beaver, for uploading the replay, and I hope you all enjoyed watching that as much as I did. That was quite a special game indeed. And yeah, I don't know when you will see another video from me again, but thank you all ever so much for watching, and goodbye.